In this video, I'm going to be going over the best budget cards to be buying right now in Season 8 in NBA 2K23 My Team after the new Season 8 packs, the endgame Luka Doncic packs and Season 8 dropping completely crashed the market. So there's now tons of cards that have became budget cards that previously weren't that cheap. So I just want to go over the best budget cards in the game. I saw a couple people asking in the comment section on different videos just to know what the best budget card to be buying right now in Season number 8. So first off, want to start with the next set. Still going to have amazing budget cards in this next set. Cards like Brandon Miller, still really good at shooting guard. I mean, 6'9" and could play the shooting guard position. Can't really go too wrong with that, and he's going to be a great defender. You also got Anthony Black. He's still a top tier, budget point guard in the game, and he's under 10,000 MT. Also, I do consider a budget card to be anybody under 30k. Most of these guys will probably only be about 10, 15, 25k, somewhere in that price range. But yeah, Anthony Black, another really good budget point guard. Cam Whitmore's okay, but I would just stay away from him. Go get a Ausar Thompson. He's a really good athletic shooting guard, really good at slashing to the rim. Once again, he's going to be under 10k, like just super cheap budget cards in Ausar Thompson and Anthony Black. And then probably my favorite budget card in the game, Myteam Thompson, I would say is definitely a card I'd recommend looking to pick up and add to your squad for only about 15k. So he's going to be even cheaper than he was in season number 7. You can maybe actually get him for a lot cheaper than 15k. You might be able to find him for like 12k, 13,000, potentially even 10,000 MT, which is super good for Myteam Thompson. Yeah, I mean, you can actually find him for like 10k. He's right around like 10, 11, 12,000 MT right now. And then also Grady Dick, I think, is a really good offensive shooting guard, 6'8" at the 2, a really good jump shot with the KCP base, Vince Carter upper on very quick timing. He's got great dribble sigs and could be a solid defender as well with his player model at shooting guard. So from the next set, Grady Dick, Brandon Miller, Anthony Black, Ausar Thompson, Myteam Thompson, Jarris Walker's pretty good at small forward as well, and then also Grady Dick, I think, are just amazing budget cards to be picking up and adding to your squad right now. In the Encore set, I would say there's a couple good, budget cards in here, like Rudy Gay. He's going to be dropping a ton in price. He's below 10,000, so I think Rudy Gay, if you're looking for an all-around beast at shooting guard, I think he's a really good budget option. Mark Eaton is going to be a little bit more expensive than a budget card. I think he's around 40k MT. I just will say about Mark Eaton though, yes, he's not a budget card, but just for a tip, like try to save up and get Mark Eaton. Right now he's about 40k. Maybe 40 to 45,000 MT, so not going to be considered, included in this video, but just to let you guys know, try to get Mark Eaton. He's such a good center card, especially affordable. And then I also think cards like, Scotty Barnes, still a really good defensive point guard for a budget price tag, can slash at the basket, and does have a decent jump shot. He's considered one of the better budget point guards in my team. And then you also got Karl Malone, a card for under 10k at small forward that can really do it all. He's got a good jump shot, really good defender, great dribble sigs, and all around I think he's a great budget card. From the Glorious set, probably just one card I want to mention, and that's going to be AK-47, a really good defender at the shooting guard position. And once again, he's gone down a ton in price. You can now find Dark Matter AK for about 15 to 20k, which is such good value. Like 15,000 MT for AK, who's 6'9" at shooting guard, 7-foot wingspan, an elite defender with 98 in every single defensive category. His tendencies are also amazing for defense. He's got a 99 pass interception, 99 on-ball steal, 99 contest shot, and a 99 block shot. So AK for sure is going to be a top tier budget card that I'd recommend going after. Ralph Sampson, kind of the same situation as Mark Eaton. He's not going to be a budget card, but once again, if you guys are looking for a giant center that can compete against the best centers in my team, you want to go after Mark Eaton and Ralph Sampson. And right now, Ralph Sampson going to be about 40 to 45,000 MT. A really good pickup though if you're looking for a giant center to help you compete against the Yao Mings, the Taco Falls, the Manute Bulls, the Victor Wembanyama's. You're going to need a Ralph Sampson, and you're definitely going to need a Mark Eaton. From the rest of season 7, I would say it's mainly just a couple rush cards like Wes Unseld, another really solid budget point guard, kind of on that same range as a Scotty Barnes. Just a good all-around point guard, doesn't do anything too crazy, but just solid with a pretty good jump shot. And then also Andrew Wiggins, who's fairly expensive for a budget card. He's about 25,000 MT, but he's another really good shooting guard, kind of on that same range as a Rudy Gay, a really good defender. can slash to the basket at a high level, and does have a pretty good jump shot. And then to round out these season 7 budget cards, all the best budget cards from season 7, I do think is going to be Jonathan Isaac, a really good defensive small forward, still pretty big in game, 6'11" at the 3, great player model, and he's dropped a ton in price. Like, you can now get Jonathan Isaac for 10,000 MT, is kind of ridiculous. But now to go into season 6, this is where things do get a little bit crazy. So I want to mention Vince Carter just because he's still a pretty good offensive shooting guard, and he's going to be in that budget price tag, only about 10 to 15k. I mean, actually under 10k for Vince Carter is a really good price for a super cheap budget card. But now to go on to the Titan set, we got this Dark Matter Ben Simmons, who I know it doesn't have that great of a jump shot, but you can now get this Titans Ben Simmons for under 20,000 MT, which is kind of crazy because he's still a top tier point guard in the game. He's 6'11" at the 1, a really good player model, elite level defender. I mean, probably the best point guard defender in my team, can slash to the basket. So he's a really good budget pickup if you guys are looking for a top tier budget point guard. Dirk's still pretty good for a budget price. I mean, he's a really good offensive power forward. So if you're looking for a forward to really space the floor, then I think Dirk is a really good power forward option. Going to the interdimensional set, Tim Thomas is actually a budget card. That is kind of crazy to say. You can get interdimensional Tim Thomas for about 25,000 MT, sometimes a little bit more, sometimes a little bit less, but 25k, man, for Tim Thomas, a 6'10" 2 guard with such a good jump shot, moves super quick in game with the Steve Francis size up, the tray escape. I mean, he's still one of the best shooting guards in my team, and the fact that you can get him for only 25k is kind of ridiculous. And then also the same thing with Luka Doncic, another really good offensive card at his position for like about 30k. He's a little bit more expensive than most of the other budget cards we've talked about so far. He's going to be about 30 to 35k, and that's mainly due to his endgame point guard card coming out 2 days ago in season 8. He was one of the end games that we got in season 8 in the packs. But yeah, he's a really good point guard still to this day, really good offensively with a really good jump shot. So from the interdimensional set, Luka, Tim Thomas, amazing budget cards to go after. And then also Mark Eden, if you're looking for a super cheap power forward, a guy that's got pretty good size, can knock down the 3 ball and still play good defense for only about 5 to 7k, is going to be Marc Gasol. From the out of position 2 set, Kevin Garnett, a really good budget option. I'm not sure if he's a budget card anymore. I know he was when season 8 first dropped, but it looks like he's actually going a little bit back up in price. He's probably around like, yeah, no, he's a budget card. He's about 30k. He's going to be on the high side of a budget card, around 30,000 MT, but he is still such a good defender at small forward and can also play that shooting guard position. And he's 6'11", great wingspan, great player model, and like I said, is a top tier defender. And then also from the out of position 2 set, you got the Dark Matter Ron Artest, who's about 15 to 20k, really good defensive point guard with still a very knockdown jump shot. Now Nikola Jokic, I don't think is a budget card. Yeah, he's about 40 to 50k, but he's another card that I definitely recommend going after, but not going to be considered a budget card. And then the final card from the out of position 2 set, I think is going to be Big Z, just because of his size at small forward and shooting guard. The fact that he's 7'3" and can play the small forward and shooting guard position makes him one of the best budget cards. That's going to be pretty much it from season number 6. Now to go to season number 5, we actually got this Dark Matter Radiant T-Mac as a budget card, kind of like Tim Thomas. Crazy to say, but you can find this T-Mac card for only about 30,000 MT, and he was a lot cheaper the past couple of days. Like on Friday and Saturday, he was like 25k. Looks like he's gone back up a little bit in price, and that makes sense because he is still one of the best offensive shooting guards in the game, but he is going to be a top tier budget card, a really good jump shot with that KPJ base and Oscar Robertson upper on quick timing, and like I said, one of the best offensive shooting guards. And then you got this Dark Matter Radiant T-Mac, a really good defensive power forward, a card that you can find for about 15k, and if you're looking for a budget power forward or center, I think he's going to be a really good option. And then same thing with this Dark Matter Kristaps. Yesterday he was about 25 to 30k. Looks like he's maybe a little bit more expensive, like 30 to 35,000 MT, but if you're looking for a budget center, you can't get really much better than 16-bit Kristaps because he's 7'3" with a 7'6" wingspan and can still really space out the floor with a great jump shot and a high 3 ball. And then yeah guys, I think that's pretty much it. Taco Fall, obviously not a budget card, so those are going to be all the best budget cards to be buying in the game. A lot of these guys have dropped in price, like Kristaps' 16-bit version, T-Mac, D-Rob, Luka, Tim Thomas, Ben Simmons. Like there's tons of budget cards that have been going down in price and are now considered budget cards. But let me know in the comment section down below, who do you guys think are the best budget cards to be buying right now in the game? And hopefully you guys did find this video helpful, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.